Meeting demands and quotas for the Christmas season is a difficult task. Over the years, some incredible titles were released during the holidays. However, Knights of the Old Republic 2 was a different beast altogether. While it met warm and praised reception, as worthy successor of its predecessors, KOTOR 2 failed to deliver a cohesive and complete story due to development crunching. KOTOR 2 paired a great RPG battle system with a philosophical story expanding Star Wars' deeper mysteries of the light and dark side. Developer Obsidian was tasked by making 2 ports of Knights of the Old Republic both on the Xbox and on the PC. And you know what that means. We're gonna go into a port versus port. A video series highlighting the differences and the similarities of the vanilla and port versions of a singular title. Let us dive into one of the most content-riddled and very divisive Star Wars titles of the series, and a huge one that has shaped my childhood and who I am. It's honestly one of my favorite Star Wars games to date, just because of how beautiful the story and the combat is. Let's get into Knights of the Old Republic for the Xbox and the PC. The Join subscription is a new feature right here on the Kelphelp channel. What does it do? So for only $1, it gives you the ability to use emotes during live stream chats or videos, and more will be added as time goes by. If you're interested, click the Join button right next to the subscribe to really know more information, or you can go into the video description and check out how that works. These little Join subscriptions really do help out the channel and allows me to create more emotes and more features for you guys, and more perks will be added along the way. KOTOR 2 was doomed to be riddled with bugs and fixes from the beginning of its conception. Knights of the Old Republic was met with universal praise across the Xbox and the PC, but that was not enough for BioWare. Development of the sequel began a month before the PC's launch. BioWare handed the reins of their engine and blessing to Obsidian to expand upon the features of the original. Lead designer Chris Avellone was tasked with the difficult assignment and set it upon himself to study and learn the Star Wars lore and to explore the nature of the series fans have never seen before. KOTOR 2 eventually released in 2004 with a very strict development cycle, taking only 14 to 16 months to complete. With this in mind, the Xbox version is already filled with plenty of caveats, bugs, cut content, and limitations that make this version passable. The story puts you in the reigns of the Exile, an outcast Jedi who has lost their connection in the Force, being hunted down by the Sith, who consider him the last Jedi in the galaxy. As you traverse through the galaxy from several locations, your reconnection with the Force begins to awaken, as well as questions about the nature of the Force. Compared to any other piece of lore to date, KOTOR 2 asks players what is the nature of the Force, and why do followers and practitioners of both sides adhere to it so dearly? The story is told so boldly and beautifully, which is a shame that it could not meet a powerful conclusion.
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
The game is presented in 480p, ranging from 30 FPS dipping down. Many enemies on screen with the inclusions of explosions can make this game a bit difficult to run. Sections such as fighting mining droids or the T3 M4 levels can make the game dip as low as 10 frames. Like its predecessor, its 4:3 aspect ratio is not only present here, but the auto-targeting system that allows you to converse with NPCs or fight a battalion of troops. If you played KOTOR 1 on Xbox, then you will feel right at home. With a rush title comes cut content, and KOTOR 2 is well known for leaving full planets, plotlines, and items from the final version. Currently, it is impossible to play KOTOR 2 in a completed state, which will leave those who have finished the game feeling confused and empty. The one positive trait KOTOR 2 seems to be going for is its use of backwards compatibility, playing on the Xbox family of consoles with newer quality of life features. It's pretty unfortunate to see one of the best Star Wars games riddled down by such intense development crunches and lack of follow-through. Of course, this is no fault of the developers, but rather the publisher for enforcing such a strict and toxic work culture. KOTOR 2 never officially saw a canonical conclusion. However, the next port will prove how much love and passion for a title can ignite a burning desire to play even in 2021.
Our path brought us here for a reason, and now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
The development team at Obsidian had a full plate releasing KOTOR 2 PC 2 months after the release of the Xbox version. The PC version boasted higher resolutions and fluidity due to the hardware that was able to manage the sophistication of the dialogue system and combat. The PC and Xbox release both show commonality through its state of content. As previously mentioned, both suffer from a development crunch that met the unfortunate end of many lines of dialogue, planets, and side quests to be cut off. But how was this content even found in the first place? Through simple data mining and patience, KOTOR 2's local files contain many of the missing sections that were needed to flesh out the story of our main characters. But that's not all that was discovered from a data mine alone. In good faith, Obsidian tried to release a new content patch containing most of the voice acting and patches necessary to clean up any plot holes, but was met with denial by LucasArts. 2 users, High Priest and Aurora, painstakingly compiled every piece of cut content to create the Sith Lord's Restoration Project. And if you're interested in looking at the mods for Knights of the Old Republic, you can click a link up here that shows you the ultimate modding guide that I made so you can see what mods work for you. With the restored content installed, you are not only getting full and rich storyline experience, but the addition of a couple dozen fixes and bugs. The exclamation of Scion's arrival, for example, is one of many small pieces of cut dialogue that adds just a little bit of context to the world.
I came to warn you, Jedi. You know not what path you walk.
An even bigger surprise in 2015 came when Disney announced a new exclusive Steam patch that allows for native widescreen resolution to up to 4K, controller support, cloud saves, and Steam Workshop, Steam's privatized modding service, easily allowing the installations of approved mods. It is an unexpected but very welcome change that easily allows you to install mods and play KOTOR 2 in all of its restored content glory. It's pretty safe to say that KOTOR 2 on PC is simply the best way to play due to higher resolutions, refresh rates, and cut content. The flexibility of either playing on the controller, your television, or any sort of media makes this an easy pick for most. So let us set both of these ports side by side in a good old-fashioned port versus port comparison to see what improvements each title brings. Let's roll that clip.
That was not the most pleasant landing I've endured. Next time we should perhaps seek out a more reputable pilot.
You're welcome, Kreia. You know, if I weren't such a crack pilot, we could have hit the shield wall or one of those rock faces.
Yes, our current situation is a vast improvement.
You know, really thinking about it, I don't really know many Star Wars books or titles that really challenge the philosophy of Star Wars. What is the Force? What are these characters? Why are these practitioners really focusing on this beautiful and intriguing Force energy? It's something that I've always loved, and you pair that with an incredible music score that's always captivated me. In combination with a great RPG battle system, I don't play Dungeons & Dragons, but the D20 system is pretty interesting. You really do have an incredible game that is pretty transcending, and it's lengthy, and it does everything that it needs to expand upon the original. And I hope this port versus port shows you which version works for you. I know most people will go with PC, myself included, but It was nice to look at the Xbox to see how it is. I grew up with the PC, so. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you loved the video, or if you didn't, unlike, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys think. Do you love Knights of the Old Republic, or which version works for you? All of my links to my socials are down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find that out too. Thank you guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.